Humans, what have you learned? I was programmed to beat you.
It's time!
It's time to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of gum.
Matt, it always goes a minute over with my intro, mate. Always. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Gaming News Live. Boy, have we got some stuff to talk about today. Everything sounding okay? Let me know, chat. Yes, Aero Nation, at least it's not 5 PM. We are now all on the same time zone, which is a bit of a kicker when it comes to staying up for the likes of Madcast, because it's no longer 12:45, it's now 1:45. So yeah, it is what it is. But yes, we have got loads to talk about. Thank you. Sounds good, Aaron. Thank you very much. Yes, we've got loads to talk about. And Asha Sharma. Oh, that girl is definitely doing her job properly. But who have we got in chat? We have the Great War, Matt S25, Aero Nation, my brother. Anyone else? Anyone joined? No, but all of you, welcome to the show. Yes, it's been a bit of a hectic week, getting back into the routine of work, but there is one good bit of news. Don't work Wednesdays anymore. Yes. Not only for this recovering after Podcast Tuesday, it will help on that one, but I'm also obviously looking after my partner. Yeah, bit more time with her, family first and all that lovely stuff. But yeah, gaming wise, what have I been doing? Well, finally, and I know Aero Nation's going to mention something in the chat when I say this, I've finally been playing some Resident Evil without the crash. That game's awesome. I've got to the basement level. That's just creeping me the hell out. I will sort something out, Aero. It's all about time and all the rest of it, and whether or not she's in a party with me and stuff like that. But yeah, we will definitely have to sort something out. I might have to reinstall Battlefield, because I think I uninstalled it because I thought more hard drive space might help Resident Evil run. Yes, about damn time, Capcom. Because if they hadn't sorted themselves out, it was going to be a
fatality
when it came to that game. I was not a happy bunny, but they fixed it. That's the main thing. I made a review. Any of you guys in chat currently want to see me do a review? Anyone watching after the fact? Let me know in the comments. Do you want me to do a review of Resident Evil? I know it's been out for 3 weeks now, but let me know. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in chat if you want me to do a review for Resident Evil Requiem. But we have got quite a lot to talk about. The best part about tonight, though, is the sheer fact of, because we're now on the time zones, I'm going to get to see Red Wolf's intro. I've missed that. My last three weeks, I've missed that. Hey, I can't even replicate it. Yeah, slackers, Matt. Come, it's not a case of slacking, mate. Can't review it if you can't play it. Yep. Well, there you go. You need an Ixonstorm review, do you, Aero Nation? There you go. Give me till next week. Oh, Seth Monsters is in the house.
Welcome.
Hello, brother. But yes, I will do a review. Give me a week. Let me knuckle down, because I'm teetering. I'm teetering with the idea of starting Crimson Desert. But I've got a funny feeling if I start it, I'm not going to go back to Resident Evil. I don't know what to do. But it's one of them. But no, I've been playing Resident Evil. I've also jumped into Disco Elysium on Xbox Game Pass. I own it on Steam, but I thought, why the hell not? That game is just absolutely bonkers. They were smoking something when they wrote that. But yeah, that's what I've been playing. Let me know. I know what Aero's been playing because I see what he's playing on Discord. It's a slow burn after the 8-hour mark. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people saying that. My partner, though, she is absolutely loving it. And I'm going to give you... I'm going to let you in on something. I'm going to do something different with my reviews in the future. I'm going to figure out how I can do it and put it all up on screen when I do reviews. But I'm going to do my review, give my score, but then I'm also going to give it a Amanda sticker. Yes, I am going to create a cartoon version of my partner, and out of, say, 10 stickers, I will rate the game on that as well. 78 ink has finally made it to a live one. Welcome at 78. Been a while, my friend. Yeah, what do you guys think? Do you think I should do this like sticker-based review, so out of 10 and all of that lovely stuff? Let me know, chat. Do you think that on top of my review score, give it a sticker score as well, and kind of put my partner into the channel a little bit? Let me know. Be interesting to hear your thoughts and your feelings. But yeah, we have got quite a lot to talk about. Nacon. Now, I did notice that it was mentioned on, was it Magcast? That Nacon, it was brought up in the chat. Now, it's not looking very good for him, if I was to be perfectly honest. And, Typhus and Neon. Everyone is welcome. Share it out to your friends. But yeah, as I was saying, Nacon. I did say I was going to try and do a video, but never got around to it. It's been a busy week. Yeah, Aero Nation, I think a score is mundane, but that's just my opinion. Yeah, I'm just trying to make it a little bit more interactive. Reviews are biased. I know that, but people have the option of, how do I put it, using it as a bit of feedback. But yeah, Nacon, back to what I was talking about. I never got around to doing the video. Busy week. But they are not looking like they're in a good place. They are in the process of going through, they filed for insolvency due to their main owner, Big Ben Interactive, not paying a loan back. But now Nacon have decided that they are going to start selling assets, putting them out into the market for people to, how do I put it, take their pick. So Nacon has 2 weeks to sell Greedfall and Still Rising Studio Spiders. So if you know Greedfall, I dabbled with the first one, never really got into it. But yeah, they are in some serious trouble. Because not only is it Spiders that is now going to be in the spotlight with regards to being sold off, and Greedfall 2 hasn't sold that well. And with this all happening, I think there is an issue with fans not purchasing the game for the sheer fact of they're worried about future content, which is a valid point. Where's my camera gone? And they're talking to the screen without my... there it is. So yeah, Spiders, Greedfall series, they have until the 14th of April to find a buyer, and if it doesn't, the future for Spiders and its various games is uncertain. Ouch. That's not looking good. Because it wasn't just Nacon, there were a few others. Let's have a look over on WCCF Tech. They are also looking to sell... Cyanide Studios and Kylotonn have also filed for insolvency. Now, if you know Cyanide Studios, if you know the Stick series of stealth games, that's another studio gone. Kylotonn, I think, were the World Rally Championship, if I'm not mistaken. I think they were the developers of them. We're going to lose quite a bit of gaming revenue as gamers. That's a lot of studios with deep, big games. But you've also got Nacon itself, which obviously published RoboCop. Cracking game. Absolutely cracking. If you haven't played it, go and play it. Chat is going quick tonight. Seth Monsters, well, we know the Embracer Group won't be stepping in. No, they won't be. Where's that ad gone? Get off. So yeah, this is all started because Big Ben Interactive just didn't have the money to pay a loan back, and they are seriously in trouble because of it. But we're going to lose, as I said, Cyanide Studios, who are responsible for Sticks. You're going to lose Kylotonn, or Kylotonn, or however you want to pronounce that. It's bloody French, isn't it? World Rally Championship, and Spiders, big one. You're going to be losing Greedfall. And all because somebody couldn't pay the bills. No, it doesn't. 78 ink. It doesn't. These bloody ants, go away. The shocking part is, and well, not shocking, but then the interesting part is all the games that they have put their name to as Nacon, the umbrella, includes the likes of Cthulhu, the Cosmic Abyss, which I covered on the channel. Also, the game that dropped at the Xbox partner preview, and that's Hunter the Reckoning Death Wish, which is being developed by Teon, who were the ones responsible for RoboCop. I'm hoping that doesn't affect them kind of games. I know Cthulhu, I think it's out next month, so that one we know is kind of safe to a point. Hunter the Reckoning Death Wish, though, 2027 game. Could we potentially be losing? Well, is somebody going to pick it up? That is a bit I'm worried. 10-cent licking the chops. Yes, Seth Monster. You're not wrong there, mate. You are not wrong there at all. I'm hoping, with everything that's going on, that one, Nacon try and pull this back, because I'm not being horrible. I've got a joypad downstairs by Nacon, and it's absolutely awesome. So I hope they pull themselves up and sort themselves out, because they're not only... We're going to lose a lot of games. It's... What is going on with the industry at the moment? $78, that is so true, mate. Whoever gets Nacon, PlayStation, Microsoft will have good games in their library. They will. You've got, Nacon are pushing out they've published some seriously good games in the past, like obviously RoboCop. Absolutely awesome game. That Hunter the Reckoning, which we'll have a look at a little bit later, because I'm going to have a talk about the whole Xbox partner preview. That game is just like, yes, thank you very much. K-Rock's in the house.
Welcome.
Typhus Neon. Titanfall 3. Just a rumour. I wouldn't say that isn't even close to being thought about at EA. Since we lost dear Vincent Pella, I don't think we're going to be seeing anything Titanfall related anytime soon. Yes, Hero Nation, you've got it right there, mate. It is like hungry hippos. Everyone chomping at the bit. But it seems for every good bit of information we get a load of bad information. It's just, I just don't know what to make of it. And this is just a absolute bloody mess of rubbish at Nacon. out of their hands. It's all down to Big Ben. Big Ben Interactive just didn't earn enough money, couldn't pay back investors, and they're in trouble. But they're not only selling off game studios, I think, is it in this one? They were selling off, I think it was their motion capture studio as well, Nacon Tech. So they're not just selling off game studios, they're trying to sell off tech. This is just bonkers. But yeah, I thought I'd how do I put it, jump into something Nacon related, because I didn't cover it with a video over the last 5 days. Just didn't have time, and it's just one of them, busy with work. What's chat saying? This year Battlefield 6 is Titanfall. Yeah. But no, anyone watching after the fact, let me know what you think about this. Are you worried about everything at Nacon? Are you worried about the games that are potentially going to be lost in the process? I'm worried about Hunter the Reckoning. That is my big oh dear moment. Unless they start making some money off these games that they've got coming out over the course of the next, say, 6 months, I don't think the likes of Cthulhu, the Cosmic Abyss, is going to make a lot of money. I don't think that is it's not going to be a big seller, is it? But it just sucks. Every time we get some good news, and there is good news tonight, there is some really, really good news. It just sucks that stupid people make stupid mistakes, and it's us gamers that suffer at the end of the day, which is a bit of a bummer. It's not a good thing at all. It's almost like,
need input.
The industry, I just don't know what is going on, but it is definitely all going to dear. '78 Jeff Grubb said the Titanfall rumors were fake as well. Yeah, we are not getting Titanfall 3 at all. Yeah, 78 Cthulhu will struggle. I'll be buying it. It's a niche game. It's not most of the horrors, unless you're lucky to be as popular as, say, Resident Evil or Silent Hill, and you've made a name for yourself over the last 20 years, you are not going to capitalize on sales at all. They are little niche games that you may pick up when they're on sale. Not many people are going to pay full whack for them straight off the bat, because, yeah, they're going to be a buggy mess. But it's still one of them. People are going to end up losing their jobs. Games are going to disappear. Game studios are going to disappear that have got a history and they've got a following. It just seems to be, for every 3 steps forward, the industry takes 5 back. You're getting it as well, are you? 78. I'm getting it, mate. That looks awesome. And the same with Dark Mass. That looks absolutely insane. And if you're watching after the fact, or you jump into chat now and you're wondering what we're talking about, I've done 2 videos on the channel. Go and check them out, about Dark Mass and Cthulhu, the Cosmic Abyss. Go and have a look, because the developers will still need your support. So if the games that tickle your fancy, purchase them day one. But yeah, that's a bit of the bummer news. There is a little bit more bummer news, but only for people that decide they want to buy a PlayStation. But we're going to talk about Crimson Desert for the 2nd week running. And since the patches, now, I can't say I've played the game. I have watched my partner play it. Obviously, I watched Mag stream it, but I've watched my partner play it, and it does look absolutely awesome. I've even messaged Red Wolf, asked him how he's got on with it because he got his Steel Book edition. I don't know. It just seems like a massive game to take on. It really does. But it seems like a lot of people have since the latest patch, because Crimson Desert's player count is soaring after new patches that make it even more of a Game of the Year contender. I can't speak for Game of the Year contender because I've not played it. But as I said, my partner loves it. Her score for this, if she was to review it, now you're never going to see my missus on camera. She's not a people person at all. She rates this game, now get this, 9.5 out of 10. 9.5. She absolutely loves it. She said it copies Legend of Zelda, it copies Assassin's Creed. Yeah, you can see it. You can see it in its DNA that it has taken a lot from different games and put them all into one. I got to do a better job of playing this game 2 hours in. You're only 2 hours in on Crimson Desert. I haven't even started it, dude. I don't know if I've got it in me at the moment to start a massive open world game. I really don't. I think I just want to start chiseling away at my back catalogue. Obviously, we've got loads of games to look forward to. You got the likes of 007 coming out in May. Obviously, I've got Call of Cthulhu out in April. There's just not enough time in the day. But yeah, Crimson Desert, player count soaring because of the latest patch. And the patch itself, I'm not going to bring the pages up for the sheer fact of it's the same. Get off, you stupid ads. That's the next one. I will bring that webpage up because it will make certain somebody very happy in the chat. But yeah, it's added, 5 new I get my words out. 5 new mounts, fixed a load of bugs. Obviously, my partner's noticed since they patched it, a few things don't work anymore. And I did try to explain to her, with a game this size, you patch something over that side of the game and something over that side of the game is going to break. Just the way things work. She understands it. She's not stupid. She really isn't. She's very clever when it comes to her gaming. But yeah, they have had a massive increase. Now, because they've seen a massive spike to 8.7 user score on Metacritic at the time of writing this article, which is over on Tech Radar. And the Steam reviews are set to very positive, and most importantly, it has hit a new peak of 276,000 players on Steam. I think they're doing quite well. After a week and 3 days of its launch. Everyone I see on YouTube who have played it, when I've jumped into podcasts, say it's absolutely awesome. As I said, Red Wolf said it's absolutely awesome. My missus says it's awesome. I don't know. Should I take the plunge tomorrow and just start it and see how far I get? Death Monsters, but realistically, Marathon Game of the Year. Nah, it'd be more like a
fatality
when it comes to Marathon. Bungie is not Bungie anymore. They haven't been Bungie since Halo 3. They haven't put Destiny. I hated it. Absolutely hated Destiny. Somebody get Seth his meds. Oh dear. All starting in chat. So no, that's a positive thing. It looks like they are seriously gaining traction with the game. God, the amount I've had on. I'm glad I didn't bring this page up. The amount I've had on this. Go away. should I take the plunge tomorrow and just delve into Crimson Desert and just hope for the best? Oh dear, it's definitely happening in chat. Seth, have you taken your meds? Oh dear, I can see it down here. I don't know. It's definitely not a game I'd review. It's just too damn big. I just don't know. But they're doing well. That's a big chunk of players in the first week. 276,000 players on Steam. That's not, obviously not including PlayStation, Xbox. And by the looks of things, now Matt S23 in chat. Hold on to your pants, my friend, because it looks like do it now. Okay, 78, you've said it. I'm going to play Crimson Desert tomorrow. I will boot that up in the morning once I wake up after all of these podcasts tonight. And I will have a good old session on Crimson Desert tomorrow. But, Matt, I hope you're watching. I hope you're not stuffing your face with a pizza or anything like that. Oh, is he going to be happy about this? Crimson Desert devs are looking into bringing the massive open world game to Switch 2, says Pearl Abyss CEO. Typhus Neon, there's no way I'm live streaming, mate, not with this laptop. Just ask Aero Nation. We were watching my processor when we had him on as a guest. But yes, Switch 2, Crimson Desert. Oh, thank you very much to Greatwell. I've been thinking about how to do that over the last, when I've just switched over. But yeah, they are in the process of research and development on getting Crimson Desert to run on the Switch 2. How the hell they are going to do it, I don't know. They didn't exactly have the smoothest launch on consoles and PC. And they seriously want to put this onto Switch 2. What are they going to take out of the game to get it to run on Switch 2? That's the question that I'm kind of thinking. Oh, no, Aero Nation runs great on the ROG. Yeah, it might run great on the ROG, Seth Monsters, but the Switch 2. Yeah, I understand you can get Cyberpunk 2077 to work on Switch 2. But if you look at the level of detail, and it'll run better than on Xbox, Matt. Probably. What are they going to have to take out of the game to get it to run on that handheld? Yeah. You're not going to get the level of detail. That, obviously, the best place to play it is obviously PC. The second best place to play is on the PS5 Pro. Xbox, not so much. But you got to think, next gen's not that far away. What are we going to have come in for the likes of Crimson Desert when we're playing on new tech? Who knows? Seth Monster Switch has all the DLSS toys. Doesn't it help? I don't think it would. It's just the sheer size of this game. I think it even... I don't think it... Was it in this? In a shareholders meeting attended by Korean outlet Yonhap News Agency, Pearl Abyss CEO Hyo Jin-young via machine translation is asked by a shareholder about support for the Nintendo Switch 2, to which the CEO responds that compared to the likes of PS5 and Xbox Series X and S, the Switch 2 has lower specs, and as such, the game would presumably have to make some cutbacks in places. They are going to have to cut the living daylights out of it to get it to run on Switch 2. And it's not going to be graphically pretty either. Aero Nation, that's probably true. It'll be the 360 version we never knew we didn't want. That's a lot. They're going to have to chop that thing to absolute bits to get it to run on Switch 2. There's not a chance in hell they can straight port that over. But as it says in the article here, so far the Switch 2 has proven it can handle some pretty beefy games with the likes of Star Wars Outlaws, Assassin's Creed Shadows, Resident Evil Requiem, which obviously was the best place to play it at launch, and Cyberpunk 2077, all having ports that look and run shockingly good. And considering Crimson Desert even works on an Xbox Series S, yeah, well, they've a valid question there, isn't it? If they can get it to work on a Series S, who knows? But that is, I don't know, a really... 78. You look at stuff like this. I see a lot of your Twitter posts. Do you honestly think that they're going to get that to run on a Switch? Actually, all of you in chat, do you honestly think they are going to get this to run on a Switch too? Because me personally, that's a massive undertaking. Matt, I am not reading that whole message out on live. I'll read part of it. You're hoping the rumours of the Ocarina of Time remake is real. That's my number one. Just take my money. I want it. I want it. I want it. The person that can technically confirm that, because he loves to go digging, is 78 Inc. That guy goes digging in places I didn't even know existed. That guy finds out information I didn't even know was coming. Matt, seriously, they can. It's not impossible. Yeah, I don't know. Well, don't expect to see it for the next 12 months. Well, then again, it is Pearl Abyss, and they've managed to patch the living daylights out of this in a week. Crimson Desert could be coming to Switch 2. If you're a Switch 2 owner, you may be in for a massive RPG to play. I just don't know how they're going to do it. And I haven't even played the game. I've watched other people play the game, and I do not know how they're going to put that on the Switch 2. That's just bonkers. Absolutely nuts. I don't know. When I saw the article, I was just like, no. How the hell are they going to do that? That is a good point, Matt. Gyro controls and mouse controls on the Switch 2. Yeah. I don't know. I just don't think it's got they got it on the Mac. But yeah, Aero Nation. Valid point. Valid point. And there 78 comes in. Will be hard to push past 1080p. It's not going to look pretty on the Switch 2. It's a beautiful game, don't get me wrong. My missus played, she nicks this gaming chair and she plays on my son's 45-inch TV over the other side of me. And it looks absolutely stunning, even on the Series X. And I don't know if she's got it in balance mode or quality or whatever, but it looks absolutely awesome. I just don't I just can't get my head around them putting it onto the Switch. But we're going to find out at some point, because they're R&D in the whole thing to living daylights and all that lovely stuff, and they're putting money into it, so that it's Pearl Abyss. So if they can make it run properly after a week on consoles, and I can even get it to run on the Series S, who knows? 78, if they got 4K on a Switch 2 with Crimson Desert, that thing would melt in your hand. Can you imagine? You burn your retina. But I just don't know what to say on that. It just fathoms me. I stepped away from tech years ago. So if anyone can do it, the Pearl Abyss can do it. It's one of them. But that's 2 weeks running talking about Crimson Desert, and I'm definitely going to have to go off and play it. I'm definitely going to have to sit down tomorrow, get my head into Crimson Desert a little bit, so I know what all the hype is about. Interesting, Aero Nation. I think the Switch 2 is at the mercy of how long third-party supports Series S, kind of like PS2 games and Wii games back in the 2000s. They ported to the PS2 because of how similar the Wii and the PS2 were. Yeah. Either way, we're going to find out in the near future whether or not they managed to do it. And if you're a Switch 2 owner, you are going to be happy as Larry, because you are going to be getting what is by far a Game of the Year contender to a lot of people. So, hats off if they actually managed to get it to work on the Switch. Hats off to them. Great War, they support the Switch 2 as long as the hardware continues to sell well. They'll want to capitalise on getting as many copies sold as possible with the cost of making games. Yep, it's all about making money, and that, thank you Great War, because that is an absolutely awesome segue onto the next topic for tonight, because the main big topic that we're going to be talking about for at least 45 minutes is going to be Xbox, but we'll get into that in a minute. But yeah, that's an awesome segue into the next topic, and that is Sony.
Fatality.
What's that, Matt? And we'll give you my Switch 2. You can play it on your channel to review, dude. I don't do Nintendo. I don't like the buttons. Why they had to move the X and the A button around. Stupid. But yes, Sony. Oh dear. What are you doing, Sony? For once, it's not Microsoft stepping on a rake. It is Sony stepping on a rake. Now, Sony, at this moment in time, are in serious trouble anyway. Behind the scenes. They may not look like it, but they are. They are in the middle of, I think it's a court case in the UK with regards to one of the storefronts and not letting games or some... I haven't even looked into it. It was that stupid. It's something to do with consumer rights. Obviously, they... I think it was Mag that mentioned it on Ixonstorm. I'm sure it was. I was listening to it today in work. About the internet provider in the States, and that they're arguing with that. And I think they lost that court case. So they're in a bit of trouble. Obviously, they've sold off their TV side of things to TCL. So TCL now are going to be producing Bravia panels, but it's not a Sony TV anymore. But then they go and put the prices up for the PlayStation. I did wonder why there was this massive sale on at the start of the year. Massive sale. But the prices, obviously, they don't increase until the 2nd of April. But this is a big, big jump. I'll take you over to see this. This is just absolutely shocking. So this is over on Insider Gaming. We'll just scroll down to the prices per area. So in the US, PS5 base system, $649.99 or $649.99. Digital edition is technically $600, so you're saving yourself a whole $50. That PS5 Pro price is just absolutely stupid. $900. But it doesn't get much better in the UK. PS5 base model, £569.99. Digital edition, where the hell they get the 19 pence from? £519.99. 90. Why did you just do 520 quid? PS5 Pro, £789.99. This is just, oh. It doesn't get much better in Europe. Bigger selling areas. Well, most of Europe, Xbox doesn't even have a foothold, to be fair. UK, yeah, I reckon 50-50. I've not even looked into the amount of consoles sold in the UK between PlayStation and Xbox. But Europe, €649 and whatever the hell their pence is. But €899. I don't see PlayStation selling a lot of consoles. But the bit that baffles me, geez, it doesn't get much better. Japan, oof, that's a lot of yen. PlayStation Portal, does anyone care about that thing? $249, £219 in the UK, 204. So the euro and the US dollar, very much on the same level. Matt, seriously, more like a PS5. Oh no, I'm not even going there. Oh, that's a massive jump, and all before GTA 6. Really? So if you're lucky to get hold of a PlayStation in the next 2 days, well, next, say, less than 24 hours, because it's going to come in, I reckon, bang on midnight in the UK. That's where price increase. Midnight of the first into the second, bang. That's the prices you'll be paying. You might get yourself a deal, but it does kind of make sense. Now, I've been back in work. Now I work in food retail, but they have it's like a concession for another company that the company own, and they sell electronics. If you're in the UK, you'll know who it is. It's Argos. But I did notice that on a few of their deliveries that I taken off the wagons, there was a lot of PlayStations. But there's also more Xboxes than PlayStations coming in. Interesting. Did retailers know about this way before we did, getting ready for this mass surge of sales? What's chat saying about this anyway? Let's have a look. Seth Monsters, this is a big Asia task. Can Xbox refrain from responding by stepping on an even bigger rake? We can only hope, Seth Monsters, that they don't let Asher into that broom closet. They need to keep her well away from that door. because so far, so good. She's nailing it. 78, I have a TCL in my family room and love it. We just don't have a lot of luck with TCL in the UK. I don't know if we just get the crap models. I don't know. But with the TCLs that they sell going through the store I'm at, they get returned a lot. $899.99 plus sales tax equals 9. Oh, ouch, dude. See, they're getting us ready for next gen. That's what they're doing. They're psyching us up for these prices that they're going to charge for the next gen consoles, because we're not going to argue about it. We're going to pay it. £790, yes, Matt. Nation 78. Captain Discount is going to need you to go to work your magic. Yeah, can you imagine what this is going to cost with a disk drive and a stand? Matt, you and sell along for approximately $150,000 or to $290,000. Good thing you have two, then you can buy a PS5. Yeah, it's getting stupid. But now they are no longer the cheaper console. They are now technically in line with the Xbox, even though, as I said last week, they now have just for you deals. Don't know how long it's running for. I don't even know if it's still running. Oh, actually, there was a date. I can't remember it. The just for you deals, if you're on an Xbox One, to jump onto Xbox Series X for half price. To me, I reckon you're going to see a surge of Xbox purchases, especially if you look at the Xbox Partner Preview. That's a lot of really good games coming to Xbox Play Anywhere and Game Pass. Sony are just funneling them over. Nation, there's different tiers of TCLs under $500, under $1,000, and $1,500 and up. Yeah, we have the same kind of thing over here, but they just seem to send them back a lot. 78 Inc. Yes, people have to speak with their wallets. Yes. The interesting thing for me will be GTA's release. Are people going to shell them prices out with the biggest game in over a decade coming out on the 19th of November this year? I don't know. I don't know. It's definitely an interesting time in the industry. Really is an interesting time. I just don't know. But then prices are just absolute stupid. I wouldn't pay that. Not for tech that's 4 years old. You'd have to be out of your goddamn mind if you purchased a PlayStation 5 at these prices for tech that's 4 or 5 years old. It's just stupid. I just don't get it. And anyone that does purchase one, you need your head testing. You really do need your head testing, because that is just daylight robbery. If you know your British history, if you don't, go and look it up, but search up a guy called Dick Turpin. Because at least that guy wore a mask when he robbed you. Yes, Nation raising prices for GTA and COD. COD 8 on PS4 or Xbox One. Yeah, they have done it it's timed right, because as much as the gaming community like to shout from the rooftops, when it comes to certain things, we just take it. And unfortunately, prices, we just take it. We either just stop using it, stop purchasing it, or we just pay the prices. Seth Monsters, that is an absolutely awesome take on things. There's too much hype for GTA 6 to do anything but disappoint. I will be shocked if it doesn't run right until next gen or a PC port. I'm not hyped for GTA. If I was to be perfectly honest, I couldn't care less. I wasn't a massive fan of GTA 5. 6, yeah, it looks awesome. What they're doing with it looks amazing. Put it into this context. Probably a really bad context to use. Look at Crimson Desert. It is struggling to run on these consoles. And you think GTA 6 is going to run any better? I don't. I think we are going to have issues with GTA 6 for a very long time. As Seth Monsters has said, next gen and PC port. Typhus Neon, I'm going to wait. I think I only got 15,000 games to play. Yeah, I've got a back catalogue as long as my arm. Typhus Neon, I'm not being horrible. No, they won't have bugs on this next-gen console. Not if Ash has got anything to do about it. She is definitely going all in for bringing this brand back to form. Nation, if they don't stop price gating consoles, eventually they won't be able to compete with PCs or pretend they aren't PC adjacent. Yeah, the line is blurring between PC gaming and console, and Microsoft, if I was to be honest, and Xbox are doing the right thing. Merge the two together. Blur the line or get rid of the line. But you're going to have to pay for it. And if this is the prices we're paying for 4-year-old silicon, it's kind of suggesting that these prices that they've been hinting at of these $1,200 consoles and £1,000 in the UK or whatever it is, it's going to come to fruition. But as I think, if I remember rightly, me and you were talking, Aero Nation, they're going to have to subsidize because nobody is going to buy these consoles. If my son, he's 11, came up to me and said, "Dad, can I have the next gen Xbox?" I'd just send him out to work. Because I'll buy one for myself. And then I reckon 12 months down the line, I may buy another one for my partner. But there's no way I'd buy 2 consoles in one sitting. If I was going to do that, I'd just build a gaming PC. But we're going to end up paying over the odds. Yes, great. To the mines. Aero Nation, that's interesting. Could also hint to PlayStation putting a launcher on PC to compete with Xbox handhelds before PlayStation's new handheld is available. Interesting, my friend. I hadn't thought of that. But if you look at the way PlayStation are going at the moment, price hikes. The rumour that they are no longer be putting their games on PC at all. Are they putting themselves on an island and hoping? Are they just burying their heads in the sand and hoping that this all goes away? Because if the next gen Xbox or whatever tech it is takes the attention away from PlayStation and they are locking themselves into a walled garden of a console, they're going to lose very, very quick. But the price is absolutely bonkers. But enough about PlayStation, because Yeah, Microsoft lent them the rake. They've stood on it. They've put their prices up. Everyone's going to be paying over the odds for tech that really nobody wants to spend that kind of money on, unless it's next gen. That's the other thing that I could say, is if you're going to pay that price, you may as well just sit and wait until the next gen consoles. Just bide your time. Forget playing a new Call of Duty. Forget playing GTA. Just wait. It's not like you're going to miss out on anything. It's still going to be there after the fact. But Microsoft and Xbox, boom, they have seriously outdone themselves. The Xbox partner preview was an 8 out of 10 for me. Absolutely awesome showing. Yeah, it is. It's great while. I've worked in retail for 25 years. And the way to describe it, we'll get back to Xbox in a second. I don't know if it's the same everywhere around the world. It probably is, because it is technically psychology. Say you go into your local Walmart, Kmart, if you're in the UK, your Sainsbury's or your Tesco's or whatever it is, and you know exactly where everything is. The reason that they move everything around is psychology, because they class it as sleepwalk shopping. You change something, you wake up. Because your brain goes, hang on, my favourite hot dogs aren't where they're supposed to be. This is new. What's this? It's the same with this. Drop the new price in 12 months, 18 months, 2 years from release of your next-gen console. And by the time you get there, psychologically, you've beaten down your consumer, and they don't notice the price hike. They don't notice the price increase. They don't notice anything. It's like another way to look at it. Xbox Game Pass, they upped the price. Everyone kicked off. A lot of people left. But once you start paying that like £23 in the UK or your $30, once you've paid it for a few months, you don't realise it's gone. You just carry on. And that is what they're doing. They are literally psychological warfare. As old as time when it comes to sales, that is the way you do it. You do a deal in a supermarket. They'll say, like, you've got your store card, £2.50 if you use your store card. But the week before that offer goes on, they up it by 50p. So you're technically paying the same price you were paying before the offer. But it just looks good because it's got bright flashing lights and different colours. Yeah, psychological. But back to Xbox. Massive showing for their Xbox partner preview. We got a plethora of games shown. Most of them coming to Game Pass. All of them on Xbox Play Anywhere. And you know, you've got the likes of Artificial Detective. That game looked there wasn't a word for that. Alien Deathstorm's coming. That looked awesome. Stranger Than Heaven. Now, I like the first 3 or 4 Yakuza games, but this has got me intrigued. Because it's, is it 5 cities? Something like that, over 3 or 4 different time periods. And that does look good. Stalker 2's got some new DLC coming out. You've had Hades 2, Dispatch is coming to Xbox, finally. The game that Aero Nation said at the start of the show in chat that he's been getting his backside kicked in, Super Meat Boy. But the one for me was the one that they showed. Now, I love Stalker, but I'll get back to that eventually. Is that Hunter the Reckoning Death Wish, which we were talking about during the section with Nacon. That game looked awesome, and I'm a massive World of Darkness fan. So is Red Wolf. I messaged him the minute I got off of watching it, and I was like, dude, we've got another one. We have Bloodlines 2, and now we're getting Hunter the Reckoning. We're blessed. Obviously, we've got to hope that Nacon doesn't completely cave and we don't get it. But it looked so damn good. They nailed it. The pacing was on point. They didn't fill it with too much fluff. Because that's the one thing I hate about Keighley's Games Fest. It's the fluff. So much fluff. It really just bogs you down when you're watching all these kids' games. Just, no, there's nothing for me. But Hunter the Reckoning topped it for me. Perfect game to open the Xbox partner preview with. But as I said, pacing, spot on. Games they showed, banging. Absolutely banging. As for the PlayStation Muppets, that was saying, rubbish showcase. Them games are coming to Xbox. They're coming to PlayStation as well, you bunch of Muppets, because they're third party. We're all getting them. There's nothing exclusive in that. Console war's over. Oh dear. I just noticed it on Twitter. Bunch of Muppets. It's all about games, not about the plastic you play them on. I gave up on the console wars back in the 360 era. But they nailed that. They absolutely nailed it. And then to top it off, I don't know what Asha Sharma's done since she's took over. This is just the best news ever. Obviously, not long till Summer Games Fest and all the showcases that come with it, but so we've now had the set date for the Xbox Games Showcase, Sunday the 7th of June. Straight after that will be a deep dive direct into Gears of War E-Day. I can't wait to see what they're going to do with that. Yes, please. But on top of that, Xbox FanFest is returning. What the hell? What? Asher? Oh, Asher. All I can say to that is FanFest. FanFest is returning. Obviously, we all know, if you watched XNC, or if you haven't, go over and check out Colt Eastwood's channel. Go and watch that. He is helping Mag get over to LA for the showcase. So go over to Mag's channel, help him out. Any of his streams, help the guy out, get him over there, get him over to see Colt, get him over to see King David and all of that. He will have a blast. The guy deserves it. He really does. Obviously, he's helped the likes of me out, Aero Nation, all of us, Great War, the lot. He's helped us, inspired us to do what we enjoy. But yes, Summer Games Fest, not Summer Games Fest, Xbox Fan Fest is returning. Obviously, we haven't seen it for a couple of years. But it's funny how Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond have gone. And we get the Fan Fest back. Hopefully I resurface from Forza Horizon 6 by then, Aero Nation. Yeah, I'll be delving into Forza. I do like my Horizon. But yeah, we're getting, obviously, the 25th anniversary as well at the end of the year. So God knows, I seriously do think we are going to see this next-gen console in November. I really do. She's piling everything in. Gears of War E-Day, Developer Direct, that's enough to get everyone's palate wet. God knows what they're going to show at Xbox Game Showcase. Obviously, Halo may make an appearance. Fable's going to make an appearance again, probably. But it's that FanFest for me. Now, I've been following E3s for a very long time. I'll watch out for the World of Warcraft on Xbox during that one. That's never happening. I don't think that will ever happen. I think they may bundle something like that into Game Pass, because that's another thing that Ash is changing. The whole Netflix deal, the potential deal anyway. I don't see Warcraft coming to the console. But for what we're getting at the game showcase, you're going to get Halo. You're going to get shown the trailer in that for Gears of War before the Direct. You're probably going to get more Forza just to hype it up even more, even though the game's out before the showcase. You're getting, it's a big year for Xbox, massive year, and to come flying out the gate for the showcase and giving the fans something back, which is the FanFest. Obviously, it's you have to enter for a chance to win tickets with a +1. It's fair dues to her. Asher, fair dues. You are definitely winning the crowd over. So God knows what else she's got planned. That 25th anniversary, I'm getting excited. I'm excited for this, but I'm excited for this 25th anniversary as well. It's going to be absolutely bonkers what we're going to get. Who knows what we're going to get? Anyone watching after the fact, let me know what you think we're going to get. Let me know what you're going to get at the showcase. What do you think we're going to get at the 25th anniversary? Do you think they're going to show the console off? Let me know. But damn, is Asher Sharma on form. Fair dues to the woman. Fair dues. But yeah, we are getting Xbox FanFest back. We've got Gears of War to look forward to, and God knows what else at the showcase on June 7th. I'm going to have to book a week off work for that. Magnus at Summer Showcase, print it. Seth Monsters, dude, it's either there or the 25th anniversary. Considering they're not dropping the dev kits until 27, it would make sense for the 25th anniversary. Just to go, right, we've told them when the dev kits are coming out. Or Helix, whatever, yeah. Sounded better with Magnus, because it's Project Mag. Show it at the 25th anniversary. This is what the next generation of Xbox looks like. This is what we're giving back to the fans. Bang. November 2027 release. Yeah, you keep, Seth Monsters, you definitely keep going on about this ROG Xbox PC on the 25th. Mate, I'm happy no matter what they release, as long as we're getting good games at the end of the day. So 2026 for that ROG Xbox PC. Yeah, I don't see why not. They've just got to be careful they don't muddy the waters, because you don't want to drop something now and give them a reason not to purchase your one later down the line. I don't know. It's fun to speculate. It is fun to speculate, but I'm psyched. This is going to be the year of green. Sony have obviously stepped on the corporate rake. What a week. What a week. It has been a hell of a week. Really has been. Oh dear, but yeah. Marketing is everything, Seth Monsters. Yeah. And considering she's got rid of the old marketing team and we've got a new one in place, this shows what happens when the right people are in the right positions. Who knows what we're going to be getting? And we're going to be getting Times Square in New York lit up in green with the Xbox logo. I bloody hope so. Matt, what for my earlier comment? Let me know, my friend, for my information. Is Aero Nation still in the chat? Xbox Series X and S have sold 3.28 million units in the UK up to the end of 2025. So they take, what, a quarter of the market share in the UK? Because PlayStation will be a damn sight higher than that, and as much as I hate to admit it, Switch 2 will be in the middle. Oh, Aero Nation. Did you hear... We're gonna have to. I'll message you in Discord in a bit, because actually no, we'll just bombard Red Wolf when we're over on the show. Find out what's going on. see when our brother from another mother wants us to come over and join him on his podcast. But yeah, PS5 have sold 5.5 million by year's end. They're not that far behind in the UK then, according to Mr. Google. But yeah, I'm psyched. Psyched for Xbox. I am an Xbox fan, massive one. Been there from the get-go. Got rid of PlayStation on the PS2. I'm psyched. Really am. Can't wait to see what they bring to the table. Obviously, I'm super psyched to see what this Project Helix looks like and what it can do. Ashley Sharma is nailing it to the wall, because I'll tell you now, that woman seriously walked into Xbox division and...
It's time to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of gum.
She went all in, and she is definitely cooking. So, yeah, June 7th, who knows, might see the console then. Who knows? But yeah, not much more I can say tonight. It's been a good show. Some interesting information. Obviously, PlayStation stepping on a rake. Xbox is gonna... Well, Xbox is just taken Sony by surprise, and Sony have messed up in the process. Crimson Desert is becoming a very popular game, and unfortunately Nacon are in trouble, and that's something I will keep an eye out on. So if anything else develops, I will try and drop a video on it and keep you all up to date, especially if you are a fan of some of the games that their studios have produced, such as Styx, Blades of Greed, and Greedfall and all that lovely stuff. So I will try and keep on top of the news on Nacon. But there's not much more to talk about tonight. Chat, you've been awesome. It's episode 12. Where has it gone? 12 weeks of doing these live shows. It's awesome. I am so blessed to be where I am. I enjoy doing these every single week. I'm glad you guys come and keep me company in the process. But that's it for this week. But if you watch after the fact, remember, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and anyone in the chat, hit that like button on your way out. Costs nothing. Come and see my happy smiley face every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Well, it's now British summertime, and what is it? Well, I'll say 4 p.m. Eastern, because they have, is it EDT or something like that? But yeah, every Tuesday, come and see my glorious face for the start of what we class as a podcast podcast Tuesdays, where I start off at 4 p.m. Eastern. Straight after me is my dear friend Red Wolf Renegade over on Renegade Realm. So he's starting in the next hour. And then after that is the man, the myth, the mag. Yes, 1:45 Eastern. So, no, 8:45 Eastern. It's 1:45 a.m. here. So, yeah, go over and check us all out. All have a laugh. All brothers in some form. All enjoying the games industry. Enjoy playing games. But remember, if you want to be notified of all that, you've got to hit the subscribe button. But on that note, weather the storm. And I'll see all of you guys next week. Peace. Where's the button?
Humans, what have you learned?